Quick book recap. Sometimes you pick up a book and it clicks, gives you that feeling like, okay, this is what I needed right now.
Total.
That's exactly how I felt diving into Millionaire Success Habits. The author, Dean Graziosi, he really cuts to the chase. Tells you straight up, this book's about changing your daily habit. Simple ways, but ways that can totally reshape your life, your money situation, even how much joy you feel day to day.
Right. It's not like grand gestures necessarily.
No, exactly. It's presented as a collection of recipes, not just vague ideas, clear step-by-step instructions.
Like a cheat code almost.
Yeah, a cheat code to get where you want to go faster, skipping all that messy trial and error. Because it's based on, decades of real-world experience and insights from loads of successful people.
And that's the key thing, I think. This deep dive into Millionaire Success Habits isn't promising some secret lottery ticket, or a magic formula to get rich super fast.
Right, it's not like that at all.
It's actually incredibly practical. The big idea is that we all have these default habits, right? Things we just do.
Without even thinking.
Exactly. And some of them are actually holding us back, and we don't even realize it. So the book shows you how to spot those old, unhelpful habits, and then very deliberately replace them with new ones. Empowering ones. And it's for everyone, right? That's what I like.
Absolutely. What I found really insightful is how Dean emphasizes this isn't just for, a certain type of person or someone who's already loaded. This applies to you no matter where you are right now. The core shift he talks about is moving from being like a thermometer.
Which just reacts to everything around it.
Yeah, reacting to the temperature of life. And instead becoming a thermostat.
Where you set the temperature yourself.
You got it. You actively set and control the temperature of your own life. You decide the direction instead of just being pushed along by whatever's happening. So if you're listening, what does that actually mean for your life right now? The book makes a really strong point that the time is right for this kind of change.
It feels timely.
Yeah, it talks about how we're all feeling these big shifts happening around us in the world. Things like how the economy feels or how connected we are, or maybe aren't, to other people.
Yeah, the external stuff.
Right. And then alongside that, there's often this internal feeling of being kind of stuck, like you're running really hard on a treadmill, but not actually moving forward.
Oh, totally. That feeling of spinning your wheels.
It's almost universal right now, isn't it? The book really taps into that feeling, offering a way to kind of grab the steering wheel back. And when you talk about feeling like you're running hard but not getting ahead, that's exactly where Dean starts the book. He lays out some really eye-opening numbers that definitely got my attention.
Yeah, this does.
They explain why so many of us feel like we're constantly pushing, constantly working, but our bank accounts or, our free time just don't seem to reflect that effort.
It's a disconnect.
Huge disconnect. For instance, the book points out that since 1973, productivity, how much people can produce, it's gone way up.
Right. We're doing more faster with
Yeah.
technology and all that.
Exactly. We're all doing more with less. We're more efficient. But here's the kicker. Our wages, for most people, barely moved. Stayed pretty flat.
That's the crazy part.
Think about that. We're doing more, being more efficient, but the pay hasn't kept up. And that creates this huge growing gap where you might feel like you're doing everything right.
Checking all boxes.
Yeah, but you're still financially squeezed. It just doesn't seem to add up, does it?
It's a crucial point. And when you connect this to the big picture, it's really not about blaming anyone or, getting into political stuff.
No, it's not about that.
It's about understanding how these trends directly impact, the economy in your house,
Yeah.
in your family.
Right, your personal economy.
Exactly. And when you look at the actual numbers, it's pretty stark. Since 1981, the income of the top 1%, it's jumped like an astonishing 138%.
Wow.
While for the bottom 90%, it's only gone up by about 15%, a tiny fraction.
That's a massive difference.
It creates a clear picture of this growing divide. The book calls it a shift towards a two-class society. The middle class, especially, is feeling a huge squeeze.
Yeah, you hear that a lot.
But the book isn't trying to just, scare you. Instead, it challenges how we often define middle class.
How so?
Well, it asks, is a combined income of, say, $120,000, which traditionally sounds middle class, right? Does that really feel like success if it means you're working multiple jobs just to keep up?
Right, if you have no time.
Exactly. No quality time with family, constantly feeling overwhelmed, less engaged with the people who matter most.
That doesn't sound like success.
Right.
Mm.
The book isn't saying that income level is bad in itself, but it makes you question if that specific lifestyle truly aligns with what you actually want for your life.
Mm.
And the great news is it offers really practical, actionable ways to become financially bulletproof, and most importantly, to create the class you truly desire on your own terms.
Taking back control.
It's all about regaining that control.
That reframing of middle class is powerful. It really makes you stop and think. And it leads right into something else the book tackles head on. A belief I think a lot of us have picked up somewhere, maybe without even saying it out loud.
What's that?
The idea that money is evil, or, that wanting money is bad. It makes you wonder, why do so many people have this negative view of money? Where does that even come from?
Oh, that's a huge one. And honestly, that belief can be one of the biggest hidden roadblocks to creating the life you want.
Really? How so?
Well, the book explores a few common sources. Maybe you had parents who were very anti-materialistic.
Yeah, or just always stressed about money.
Right. Or maybe you've been influenced by certain political ideas or even religious teachings that kind of suggest wealth is inherently bad or greedy.
Mm-hmm.
But Dean quickly clarifies a really important distinction. While wealth won't solve every single problem in your life, it can absolutely solve a lot of them.
Okay, like what?
Think about it practically. Being financially secure means you can pay off debts, right? Hire help so you have more time. Take those much-needed family vacations.
Things that reduce stress.
Exactly. Or even give generously to charities you care about. It could even let a spouse retire, which, hey, creates a job opening for someone else. It's not just about hoarding it.
That's a good point.
The paradox the book highlights is fascinating, isn't it? On one hand, parts of society might look down on capitalism or people making a lot of money, seeing them as greedy.
Yeah, you see that sometimes.
But on the other hand, a lack of money causes immense stress. More than almost anything else, experts often point to money worries as a leading cause of divorce, anxiety.
Totally.
So many people feel disconnected from their kids or partner because they're stuck in jobs they hate, lacking money or time. It creates so much worry and disconnection.
Yeah, it really does pile up.
Dean shares this powerful mantra from one of his mentors. If you can cut a check for a problem, you don't have that problem.
Say that again.
If you can cut a check for a problem, you don't have that problem. It's about recognizing that so many of life's daily headaches and stressors can actually be eased or just removed when you have the financial means.
It's not about being greedy then.
Not at all. It's about freedom, peace of mind, options.
That's a really freeing way to think about it. It kind of brings to mind another striking analogy the book uses, one that really stuck with me. Don't let go of the wheel. Create such a clear picture.
Oh yeah, the farmer's story. It's brilliant. Imagine a farmer who, for years, drives his tractor out to the exact same spot in the pasture every single day to feed his cows.
Okay, same route, day after day.
Day in, day out. What naturally happens over time, the tractor wheels create these deep, undeniable ruts in the path.
Yeah, you can picture that.
Eventually, those ruts become so deep and defined that he could literally let go of the wheel. And the tractor would just follow those ruts, takes him straight to the same spot without him even steering. It's almost automatic.
Okay, so how does that apply to us?
Well, Dean asks you to apply this to your own life. Have you let go of the wheel in certain areas? Do you have daily ruts, those unconscious habits, those routines that keep you doing the exact same things day after day?
While hoping for something different.
Exactly. Secretly hoping for a different result. Maybe you're stuck in patterns that lead to the same outcomes, waiting for something outside of you, a change in the economy, someone else stepping in, maybe even winning the lottery to shift things.
You become the thermometer again.
Precisely. Just reacting to life, instead of being the thermostat, actively setting your course.
But you don't have to stay stuck in those ruts, right?
That's the great news. You don't have to stay there. And the solution isn't some huge, overwhelming change, like a New Year's resolution, where you try to transform everything overnight.
Which usually doesn't last.
Right. You don't need to wake up tomorrow and suddenly be a completely different person, starting some crazy new routine of yoga and meditation and an hour of gratitude journaling.
Although those can be good things.
They can be. But the book emphasizes that all you really have to do is make a tiny quarter-inch turn of the wheel.
Just a tiny turn.
Think back to that farmer. If he just turned the wheel a tiny bit, like a quarter of an inch, by the time he drove that mile out into the field,
He'd be way off the old path.
so far from his old path, he wouldn't even be able to see those old ruts or the old feeding grounds. He'd be carving a completely new path, one tiny, consistent shift at a time.
Oh.
It powerfully reminds us that getting rich or achieving any really significant life change isn't about magic or luck. It's about consciously changing your habits and your thoughts. And that process can genuinely start right now, today.
A quarter-inch turn that truly feels manageable. Takes away that pressure of needing massive overhauls. It focuses instead on small, consistent shifts, which leads perfectly to the first critical starting point the book highlights,
Which is,
figuring out where the heck are you going?
it's interesting, isn't it? How easy it is for people to quickly list what they don't want in life.
Oh yeah, I don't want this job. I don't want to struggle with money. Right. But then when you ask them what they do want, they often just pause, look a little confused, say, good question. I have to think about that.
It's a common blind spot.
Yes,
It
it
really
is.
Dean calls it having a Ferrari brain with no GPS.
I like that.
You might have all this incredible passion, energy, the ability to move really fast in life. But if you don't have a clear destination,
You're just spinning your wheels fast.
you're just going to get nowhere very quickly. Doesn't matter how powerful your engine is if you don't have a map telling you where to go. And the book connects this directly to that feeling of being overwhelmed by a lack of time. You know, people feeling like they need 36 hours in a day or wish they could clone themselves.
Yeah, just to keep up.
But often that overwhelmed feeling isn't about a real lack of time. It actually stems from a lack of clear vision for what they truly want out of their lives.
Okay. So the busyness isn't the problem, it's the lack of direction.
Exactly. Without that clarity, all the busyness just becomes frantic motion without meaningful progress, like endlessly packing bags for a trip without knowing where you're actually headed.
That Ferrari brain without GPS analogy really hits home. I can totally see how just being busy doesn't equal progress if you don't have a clear target. The book uses another fantastic example here. The positive point concept comes from a story about whitewater rafting.
Yeah, it's a very memorable story. Illustrates a fundamental truth about focus. So a guide is leading these young boys whitewater rafting down a river with strong, churning rapids.
Sounds intense.
And he constantly drilled one key instruction into their heads. Always, always focus on the positive point.
The positive point, what's that?
He explained that whenever he pointed, he would always be pointing to where they wanted to go, the clear path, the safe spot through the rapids.
Okay.
He would never point at the dangers or obstacles, like a downed tree they could get caught on or a jagged rock that could puncture the raft.
Why not? Seems like you'd want to know where the dangers are.
But the why behind this was crucial. If you focus your attention on what you don't want to hit,
You steer towards it?
your energy, your attention, it gets drawn right to it. You inevitably steer right into that obstacle. But if you focus on the solution, on that positive point where you want to be.
Your mind and actions naturally go there.
Exactly. This, the book states, is a powerful success habit. Acknowledge the obstacle for a second, sure, but then immediately shift your focus to the solution. It's about directing your mental spotlight.
That makes so much sense. Like your brain is a magnet, and whatever you focus on, you pull yourself towards it. Building on that, Dean really challenges you to get super clear on your current position where you are right now in all parts of your life, relationships, health, career, family.
Taking stock.
Yeah. And then define your ideal future destination by vividly imagining the best year of your life. He asks you to really visualize it. How much money are you making? What kind of work are you doing? Starting something new, crushing it where you are.
Getting really specific.
Super specific. What do your family life and your health truly look and feel like? It's not just like a mental checklist. It's about getting emotional and engaged with that future vision.
And this visualization, this clear destination, it leads to arguably the most critical step.
Which is?
Identify your why, your deep underlying reason.
Okay, the why. Why is that so important?
This why isn't just a nice to have. It's the invisible force that makes your vision become reality. It's what provides the unstoppable momentum you need to push forward, especially when things get tough.
The fuel.
It's the fuel. So often, fear acts as the brake to our progress, right? Slowing us down, stopping us completely. But when you truly understand your deep why, it helps demolish that fear.
How do you find it, though? It sounds like it might be buried deep.
It often is. The book introduces a powerful tool to uncover it called the 7 levels deep exercise.
7 levels deep.
Yeah, you add why to your initial answer about what you want, and then you ask why for that answer, and so on for 7 layers.
Keep digging.
Keep digging. The idea is to get past the superficial, head-level reasons, the logical stuff, and reach the true emotional core of your motivation, the heart-level reason.
Dean Graziosi, the author, actually walks through his own 7 levels deep journey in the book, doesn't he?
He does, and it's really revealing, shows you how powerful and sometimes unexpected it can be. He started with answers that felt logical, I want to help my students, I want to leave a legacy.
The kind of stuff you think you should say.
Exactly. But he admits it was a struggle to get past those surface responses. It wasn't until he really pushed through asking why, layer after layer, that he hit a heart-level why, an emotional response that genuinely surprised him.
What was it?
He said, and he apparently got emotional just saying it, I never want to go backwards.
Wow. Powerful.
That was a big one for him. But he kept digging. His deeper why then became giving his children choices and options he never had. Things like financial security, the freedom to pursue their passions without constantly worrying about money.
Making life easier for them.
Right. But his ultimate why, the deepest root, the 7th level, it was the desire to be in control.
In control. Wow.
This stemmed from a really chaotic childhood. His parents were married 9 times between them. He moved 20 times by the age of 19, constantly uprooted by evictions, new step families.
Oh my gosh.
That feeling of being totally out of control as a child fueled his lifelong drive to be in control of his own destiny as an adult. It's a really profound story. And what's truly remarkable about this exercise is its universal applicability. Your deeper why might not be the same as Dean's, obviously, but everyone has one.
That core driver.
It's that root that anchors you, that pushes you forward through the toughest times, when your new business hits a snag, when relationships are difficult, when you face setbacks.
It keeps you going.
It does. The book shares another powerful example. A man who's a former drug addict. His true why, deep down, to prove to his deceased mother that she raised an awesome son.
Wow, that's heavy.
That wasn't just a logical goal. It was a deeply emotional purpose that would carry him through the darkest, hardest days of recovery. When you attach a why like that to your actions, it gets your emotions fully involved. It anchors your goals directly to your soul.
Makes them more than just thoughts.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
what truly sustains motivation and helps you overcome those inevitable obstacles.
Okay, so once you've found this powerful why, this deep emotional fuel that can propel you forward, what is it then that still manages to hold us back? Because things still do, right?
Oh, absolutely.
The book dedicates a whole section to this, labeling it the villain within. What exactly is this villain and how does it show up?
Ah, the villain within. This villain is essentially your own self-doubt, that persistent inner voice that whispers things like, you can't really do this, or what makes you think you deserve that.
That critical voice.
It's that inner resistance that has sabotaged you in the past, talked you out of pursuing things that would truly make your heart sing. Dean calls it a parasite.
A parasite? Why?
Because, like a parasite, it lives inside you, quietly feeding off your confidence, your joy, your inspiration, your passion. It literally diminishes the quality of your life.
That's a strong image.
It is. The book illustrates this beautifully with the powerful "Which wolf are you feeding?" fable. You know the one?
I think so, about 2 wolves.
Right. 2 wolves constantly battling inside you. One is jealous, greedy, sees scarcity everywhere, believes everything is wrong and unpleasant. The other wolf embodies empathy, love, compassion, positivity, believes it can accomplish anything.
Okay.
The grandmother asks her grandson, which wolf wins the battle? And the simple, profound answer is,
The one you feed.
exactly, the one you feed.
Okay, let's really dig into this.
Yeah.
If this villain is a parasite and a wolf, where does it come from? How is it actually created and fed in our daily lives? Because I think we all recognize that voice sometimes.
We do. And the book really unpacks several external factors that unknowingly feed this inner villain, many of which we might not even realize are affecting us. First up, negative news.
Ah, yeah. It's everywhere.
It really is. Think about how much we're bombarded every day with stories of wars, financial crises, disasters, suffering. Dean points out that back in the 1950s, about 90% of Time magazine covers were positive.
90%.
But over the years, news outlets realized something important. Negative stories sell more. Headlines with negative words get significantly more clicks, more attention. It's the old if it bleeds, it leads mentality.
So it's a business decision.
Largely. And this constant exposure to bad news, slowly but surely, it chips away at your confidence, your optimism.
So what's the solution? Just ignore the world.
Not entirely, but the book suggests something specific. A 30-day news diet.
30 days. No news at all.
A complete break. For a whole month, use that time for a cognitive cleanse, Focus on positive things, spend time with loved ones, really dive into your goals. It's like hitting a mental reset button.
Interesting. Okay, what else feeds the villain?
Second, the villain really thrives when you focus on your weaknesses.
Wait, but isn't that what we're supposed to do? Work on our weaknesses.
That's what we've been taught. But the book argues this is the biggest lie we've ever been told.
Really? Why?
Because focusing on your weaknesses inherently strips your confidence. It makes you feel inferior, like you're not good enough. Dean shares his own struggles, barely graduating high school, special ed, not strong writing skills.
Yeah, he mentioned that.
When he wrote his first book, an editor famously told him, "This isn't a book. This is a 200-page conversation. You don't need an editor. You need a complete rewrite."
Ouch. That must have hurt.
Devastated him.
Yeah.
Brought up all the old criticisms. But he pushed past it, realizing his strength was connecting through conversation, not formal writing.
So lean into the strengths instead.
Exactly. This point is highlighted by Dr. Ned Hallowell, the ADHD expert. He described ADHD as having a Ferrari engine with bicycle brakes.
Okay.
Kids with ADHD have incredible energy, potential the Ferrari engine, but need help controlling their brakes, his approach, instead of forcing them to focus on boring stuff where they struggle.
Which makes them feel bad.
Right. He helps them find what they're naturally good at, art, baseball, math, whatever. Then helps them become great at that one thing.
Build confidence there.
Through the roof. And he found that confidence trickles down. It improves all other areas, even things they used to struggle with.
Wow.
So the key is to identify your unique abilities, those special gifts you're naturally amazing at, and become great at what you're already good at.
And the stuff you're not good at.
Pay or delegate it. Things you stink at, like mowing your lawn. This frees up your time and builds immense confidence that spills over.
I really like that. Play to your strength. Okay, what's number 3?
Third, the villain is definitely fed by bad advice.
Bad advice. Like what?
The danger is taking advice from people who have failed at what you want to achieve. Dean uses the blunt example of his parents married 9 times between them. Loves them, but wouldn't ask them for marriage advice.
Yeah, okay. Makes sense.
Just like you wouldn't ask Bernie Madoff for financial ethics lessons. This also includes inherited limiting beliefs.
Inherited from family.
Yeah. Think about grandparents who lived through the Great Depression. Their experiences of extreme scarcity might have instilled a deeply cautious, frugal mindset that got passed down.
And you might not even realize it's affecting you.
Exactly. You might unknowingly be living with Depression-era ideals in your head even today, making you avoid risks, feel stuck. The key is to consciously filter advice. Seek out qualified mentors who've actually achieved what you aspire to.
Be selective about who you listen to. Got it.
Fourth, the villain keeps you stuck by encouraging you to do what everyone else does.
The conventional path.
Yeah. Society's path.
Yeah.
Good grades, college, steady job, 401k, save, retire. It's painted as the responsible way. But the book asks a critical question. Does this path truly feed your soul? Or does it mostly just make other people happy? So many people follow this path only to find their enthusiasm fading.
So how do you break free?
A simple but powerful exercise. Draw a line down a piece of paper.
Yeah.
On one side, list things I am no longer willing to accept in my life. On the other, things that are now musts in my life.
See the gap.
Clearly see the gap between your current reality and what your heart truly desires.
Yeah.
That's a huge motivator for change.
Okay, that's practical.
What else? Fifth, your inner villain often shows up in your outer physicality.
Like how you looked.
More how you carry yourself.
Yeah.
Your posture, your smile, your overall energy. It radiates either confidence or complacency. And this outward expression also impacts your internal state.
How so?
Imagine 2 men at a cafe. One slumped, not smiling, mumbling.
Yeah.
The other sitting tall, smiling, engaging. Your brain instantly makes assumptions. Right?
Yeah, totally.
The book says even a simple smile, even if you have to fake it at first, actually reduces stress. Tells your brain, hey, we're smiling. We must be happy.
Interesting.
So if you intentionally stand tall, smile, speak with enthusiasm, you not only attract positive people, but you reinforce a confident self-image, lift you up from the inside.
Fake it till you make it, kinda.
A little bit, yeah. But it actually works physiologically.
Okay. Number 6.
Sixth, the power of words plays a massive role. How you speak to yourself and others directly triggers your emotion.
Like saying, I'm stressed.
Exactly. Saying, I'm so stressed out loud, immediately locks in that feeling, even if you weren't fully stressed a moment before. The book talks about trigger words. Joel Weldon, a famous speaker, made fantastic his trigger word. Every time someone asked how he was, he'd say, fantastic, and you could literally see him perk up. The goal is to consciously flip those negative triggers.
So instead of, I'm overwhelmed,
I'm blessed with opportunities. Consciously replacing those words helps engage and empower your inner hero.
okay, I like that. And the last one?
Finally, number 7, the inner circle of people around you.
Your friends, family, colleagues.
Yeah. Joe Polish's concept of battery chargers versus battery drainers. Some people just energize you, make you feel amazing, capable, like you can conquer the world.
Battery chargers? Got it.
Others, within minutes, they can drain all your positive energy, leave you exhausted, maybe even picking up their negative habits.
The battery drainers, we all know some of those.
Right. The key is to quickly identify them. If someone answers, how's your day? With a sigh and, ugh, another rough day, man. Can't wait for this week to be over.
They're likely a drainer.
So what do? Cut them off.
Not always possible or desirable, but your energy is incredibly valuable, too valuable to be constantly sapped. The book suggests that as you evolve, as you feed your positive wolf,
You might fade away naturally.
they may self-select out. Or you can choose to model positive behavior so brightly that it inspires them to change, rather than you dimming your own light to match theirs.
That's a lot to consider with that influences, inside and out. So when all these external factors and inner thoughts come together, what do they create? The book says they create your story.
That's right, your story. It's your deeply personal internal narrative, the collection of beliefs you hold about yourself, your past, your capabilities.
And that story matters hugely. This story can be the heaviest anchor in your life, holding you back. Or it can be the powerful driving force that propels you to massive success. The book illustrates this beautifully with Gina's story.
Tell me about Gina.
Gina had lived a good life, raised her kids, supported her family. But as her kids left for college, her inner villain created this debilitating old story for her.
What was the story?
That she was 60, her job as a mother was done, she was old, lonely, had no skills, time to wind down. Despite having a comfortable life, this internal story made her feel profoundly depressed, worthless.
Wow, even with a good life externally.
Exactly. But then, Gina transformed her life. Dramatically. She recognized her reality didn't come from external luck, it came from her habits and her story.
So she changed the story.
Completely. Her news story saw her starting her own thriving business, traveling the world, co-authoring a book, losing weight, getting in the best shape of her life, inspiring her kids through her example.
That's incredible. What changed outside?
Nothing initially. It was a complete internal shift, proving you can become the thermostat of your life. The book makes it clear. Gina wasn't an exception. This kind of transformation is possible for you, regardless of your current circumstances.
It starts with the story you tell yourself.
It's about recognizing those limiting stories and understanding their profound impact on your actions and feelings.
That's incredibly inspiring. So if someone listening right now wants to uncover their story, the one that might be holding them back,
No.
where do they even begin? What kind of story might be stopping them? The economy, time, their boss, spouse, education.
This really calls for deep self-honesty. Can be uncomfortable, but absolutely necessary. The first step is identifying those limiting beliefs, which, like we said, are often inherited.
Like the Great Depression example.
Exactly. Those Depression-era ideals might be running in the background without you even realizing it, making you stagnant, afraid to take necessary steps. First, acknowledge them. See them. Then, actively prove that old story is false. Dean himself is living proof. Best-selling author despite writing struggles. Find counterexamples from others who succeeded, despite similar challenges.
Okay.
A powerful technique the book offers is to have a conversation with God, or your highest ideal self.
What does that mean?
It means looking back at your past challenges, not as disadvantages, things that happened to you, but as experiences that happened for you, shaping you. Maybe a chaotic childhood taught resilience, financial struggles taught resourcefulness.
Reframe the past.
Exactly. Once you realize your old limiting story is essentially fiction, you then consciously write a new, empowering story about yourself, reflecting the hero you want to become, the life you want.
And then what? Just write it down.
Crucially, the book says to say this new story out loud. Every night before bed, every morning when you wake up for 30 days.
Out loud. Why?
This daily ritual helps deeply anchor it into your subconscious mind, gradually replacing the old limiting beliefs with your new empowering truth. It's literally rewiring your brain.
Wow. That sounds like an amazing transformative journey. And once you expose that inner villain, reframe your story. The book says the natural next step is to awaken the inner hero.
Yes.
How do we actually unleash that powerful potential? What does that look like?
The inner hero is directly unleashed by boosting your confidence. The book introduces the 4 C's of confidence as a framework.
4 C's. Okay.
First C is courage. All new things, all real change, starts with taking that first step into the unknown. Like bungee jumping, it's not confidence making you jump, it's sheer courage.
Getting into the game.
Getting off the sidelines. If you've had kids, you've shown immense courage. The book says tap into your why from the 7 levels. Deep purpose provides fuel for courage.
Okay, courage. What's second?
Second C is commitment. Seeing it through, not just dabbling or trying half-heartedly. If you're truly committed, losing weight, starting a business, mastering a skill, you're halfway to confidence in that area. Shaky commitment equals shaky confidence.
Commitment. Got it. Third.
Third C is capabilities. Developing the necessary skills, the knowledge, learning from experience, knowing how to achieve your goals. Having the right capabilities helps you navigate obstacles faster.
Skills and knowledge. Makes sense. And the fourth C.
When those first 3 C's, courage, commitment, capabilities are in place and you start taking action, the 4 C, confidence, naturally emerges as a powerful byproduct.
So confidence comes after the other 3.
It's the natural result. Your confidence skyrockets, and your inner hero is no longer suppressed by negativity or self-doubt. It's a progression.
That makes so much sense. Confidence isn't something you just have. It's something you build through action. So for someone listening maybe feeling low on confidence right now, how can they immediately boost it? Any quick practical hacks?
Oh yeah, the book offers some really clever, actionable hacks you can try right away. First, create a list of what's cool about you.
What's cool about me?
Yeah. Don't just think big accomplishments. Think unique, often overlooked good qualities. Dean gives examples. Special ed kid becomes best-selling author, knows how to fix cars, snowmobile champ, simple communicator. We often focus on what we don't have, but everyone, including you, has unique gifts that make you special.
Okay, acknowledge the good stuff. What else?
Second, try the A Tale of Two Pictures exercise. Find an unflattering picture of yourself, a villain version, from a time you felt bad or struggled.
Uh-oh, okay.
List the negative traits you associate with that version, even give the villain an unflattering name. Then, find a happy, joyous, best you. Picture your hero version.
Right.
List all the positive attributes of that hero image. The real power. Keep these 2 pictures side by side.
Why?
They serve as a constant visual trigger, a reminder of which version of yourself you want to feed and embody each day. Powerful visual prompt for your subconscious.
Okay, the 2 pictures. One more hack.
Third, develop a power phrase. A short, impactful phrase to instantly shift your state, summon your inner hero. Dean uses things like, "Nothing can stop me, I've been through way worse," or "I'll never give up because my family deserves the best me."
Like a personal mantra.
Exactly. The key isn't just saying it. Say it out loud, somewhere private where you can really let go. Feel the emotion, the energy. Keep repeating it until you feel your energy shift, your inner hero take control.
Practice feeling it.
This practice literally programs your mind for confidence and resilience. Makes it a habit.
Those are truly actionable steps anyone can try today. Now, how do we take this renewed vision and confidence and apply it to our goals? The book introduces some brilliant practical tools for this, like the magic list and the not-to-do list.
Yeah, these are great. The magic list is all about gaining clarity and focus on what truly drives progress for you. On this list, you identify things you love to do,
Okay, things you enjoy,
things you're good at,
your strengths.
and things that will bring you the biggest check, meaning generate the most income or value in your life.
Ah, the sweet spot. Passion, skill, and value.
Exactly. Aligning those creates a place where you're both happy and effective. The not-to-do list is equally, maybe even more crucial.
A not-to-do list. What goes on that?
All those time-consuming, non-serving activities that drain your energy and stop you working on your magic list could be anything. Too much time with negative friends, endless social media scrolling, procrastinating.
Even chores, like mowing the lawn.
Absolutely. Dean shares his own experience hiring people to do things he sucked at, even when he had very little money. Why? Because it freed up his time to focus on his unique ability, which generated way more income.
Optimize your time for high-impact stuff.
All about optimizing your time for those high-impact activities that truly move you forward.
I love that idea of consciously freeing up time by delegating what you stink at. Totally shifts your perspective. Another great tool for tackling goals is the DOS conversation. Dangers, opportunities, strengths.
Yes, the DOS framework. Excellent for approaching any big goal, financial or otherwise, or really any big decision. You start by listing all the dangers and fears related to that goal.
Like, not enough money, too much competition, not smart enough.
Exactly. Lack of family support. Writing these down lets you clearly see the fears that might be terrorizing you. Next, you list all the opportunities. What success would bring, what it would look and feel like.
The upside.
Right. Finally, you list all your strengths, which you can pull right from your What's Cool About You list that can help you achieve that goal.
So you lay it all out. Dangers, opportunities, strengths.
Lay it all out clearly on one page. The power comes when you see it all together. You'll often find that your opportunities and strengths clearly outweigh the dangers.
Helps you overcome the fear.
Helps overcome that internal resistance, empowers you to take action. Realizing the price of growth and achieving your dreams is absolutely worth it.
And building on that idea of focusing on strengths, the book provides a really clear, visual, practical tool called the Unique Ability Circle. What exactly does that look like?
It's a really insightful concept. Imagine concentric circles, like a target. In the very center, the bullseye, is your unique ability.
Okay, the core genius stuff.
Things you're naturally amazing at, tasks that make you feel alive, put you in flow, often bring the most money or value, feel the best doing.
Right.
As you move outward, the next ring is stuff you're excellent at, then things you're simply good at. And in the outermost ring,
Things you stink at.
things you frankly stink at, things you're not good at, that drain your energy.
And the goal is?
The whole point is to help you understand where your true genius lies, and then actively focus on that bullseye, your unique ability, while outsourcing or delegating tasks in those outer rings.
Get rid of the stuff you're bad at.
Or delegate it. Dean gives a great example from his early real estate days. Paid someone $50 to mow a large lawn that would have taken him half a day.
And in that same half day,
By focusing on his unique ability, he could fix and sell a wrecked car or put together a real estate deal that made him $500 to $1,000.
huge difference in return on time.
It's all about understanding the highest return on investment of your time and directing your energy where it makes the most impact.
That's such a smart way to think about using your time and energy. Flows right into Chapter 7, Attraction and Persuasion, which, for many people, especially if they're not in sales, can sound a bit scary.
Yeah, those words can feel manipulative sometimes.
Right, but Dean argues these are absolutely crucial. What's interesting here is how he redefines these terms to make them less intimidating.
He really breaks them down to their core, makes them much more approachable. Marketing attraction, he says, is simply about attracting what you want into your life.
Clients, relationships.
Exactly. Clients, buyers, the right relationships, and, equally important, repelling what you don't want.
Okay, and persuasion.
In sales, persuasion is about getting people emotionally invested enough to take the desired action. Buying your product, agreeing to a partnership, committing to a relationship.
Emotionally invested.
Yeah. The book emphasizes if you truly believe in your product, your service, even just yourself, you should feel obligated to share it and help others.
It's not pushy then, it's helpful.
If you believe it helps, yeah. This applies everywhere. Single?
Yeah.
You want to attract the right person, then persuade them to date or marry you, not manipulatively, but by being your best, most authentic self. Without understanding attraction and persuasion, nothing truly works well.
That really reframes it, makes it sound more about connecting and sharing value than being pushy. Building on that, the book highlights a really common mistake, focusing too much on listening versus being understood. Tell us more about that.
Oh, this is a profound insight, a game changer in any interaction. The book uses the simple analogy of a bad car salesman versus a good car salesman.
Okay, what's the difference?
The bad salesman immediately starts talking about his experience, listing all the car's features, trying to get you, the customer, to understand him and his product. He's in pitch mode from the start.
Just talks at you.
Right. The good salesman, on the other hand, asks questions about your needs, your family, your goals for a car, and then listens deeply, truly listening to understand you.
Focuses on the customer.
The key takeaway is this. People are persuaded and attracted when they feel understood by you, not when they understand you.
Feel understood, not understand you. Got it.
Dean sees himself as a problem solver, and his secret is simple. He listens to understand, not just to reply or talk, This lets others provide all the clues to their own solutions. He emphasizes, your ears are often a much better persuasion tool than your lips.
That completely shifts the dynamic, from broadcasting info to creating real connection. And speaking of closing deals, Dean shares a clever tactic he calls the unfair deal closer. What is that? How does it work?
This is brilliant. Simple, cuts through a lot of noise. When you're
Right.
in a meeting, people pushing their own agendas may be struggling to get a deal done.
Yeah, those meetings.
Dean suggests politely interrupting and asking this question. Hey everyone, I just want clarity here. Let's pretend it's a year from now and we're looking back. This deal went through. It's going so incredibly well. We're all here celebrating our 1-year anniversary of success.
Okay, fast forward a year.
Could you guys tell me what that successful deal looks like? Describe the past year to me in detail. Then he says, just stop talking. Listen.
What does that do?
This single question, he found, instantly silences individual agendas, forces everyone to focus on the shared desired outcome in the future, brings incredible clarity, often reveals underlying priorities or misunderstandings that weren't being talked about.
Gets everyone on the same page, focused on the win.
Exactly. Focused on the real win.
That's such a smart way to get everyone aligned. It also seems to tie into trust and transparency. So what does this all mean for just being yourself? Being open, transparent? How does that help you attract and persuade?
Dean shares a very powerful personal story about this. Early 20s, pitching an idea to a venture capitalist in New York. He had no big business experience, little money, no college degree.
Started from scratch.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
The VC asked Dean what he thought his biggest weakness was. Dean, trying to be honest and humble, said, I trust too easily, I often get taken advantage of. He thought he needed to be more shrewd, guarded.
Yeah, sounds like a reasonable answer.
But the mentor immediately corrected him, said, that's not your biggest weakness, Dean, that's your biggest strength.
His biggest strength? How?
He explained that while Dean might occasionally take some losses by being so transparent and trustworthy, the amount he would gain by attracting the right people and persuading them through his kindness and honesty would far outweigh any small losses. And this held true for Dean. Transparency, genuinely being your true self, almost always wins in the long run. Builds stronger, more authentic relationships. Attracts the right opportunities, even when you least expect it.
It's a great lesson in reframing what you see as a flaw into a superpower. But on the flip side, the book also addresses a common pitfall that blocks attraction and persuasion: the scarcity mindset when selling.
The scarcity mindset. The belief there's just not enough of anything, right? Not enough money, jobs, time, opportunities to go around.
Yeah, that feeling of lack.
This way of thinking, the book explains, can actually blind entrepreneurs to real opportunities, and it actively repels customers because they sense that feeling of desperation or lack.
The inner villain again.
Totally. Whispering, no, you can't, there isn't enough.
Duh.
The book contrasts this with an abundance mindset. Uses Peter Diamandis' example of oil. For centuries, oil wasn't valuable. It was intellectual capital, new ideas, technologies that transformed it.
So it's about perspective.
An abundance mindset focuses on innovation, possibilities, creating new value. It helps you leap to the next level, no matter what external circumstances seem to suggest. If you constantly think there's not enough, people feel that fear. Your attraction and persuasion suffer. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
That's such a great point about how your internal mindset affects how others see you. Another key insight is about selling people what they want. Sounds simple, but often missed.
Absolutely critical. And a mistake many businesses and individuals make. The core message: people most often buy what they want, not necessarily what they need.
Want versus need.
Okay. Businesses frequently fail because they create products they think are needed, without checking if consumers truly want them. This applies across the board: getting a raise, motivating employees, selling to customers.
So you need to understand their desires.
You need to research, truly understand what the other person deeply desires, not what you assume they require. Satisfy a want, and you'll create a far more powerful connection and win.
I think you'll find this surprising. The book also touches on the incredible power of stories, and it specifically notes that even introverts can be great storytellers. Goes against the idea you have to be super outgoing.
It's completely true. Dean himself openly identifies as an introvert, yet he's incredibly compelling. He learned early on that stories are powerful tools for connection and persuasion, more so than just facts.
How does he use them?
Shares a fantastic personal anecdote. His son, Brody, was struggling with a bully. Instead of lecturing, Dean made up a story about Tooth the one-toothed werewolf.
Tooth the one-toothed werewolf.
Yeah. Tooth was odd, funny-looking, bullied at school. But through understanding the bully's own pain, Tu found his own inner strength, decided to be happy and confident no matter what.
So the story taught the lesson indirectly.
Exactly. Wasn't directly about Dean or his son, but conveyed a powerful message about inner strength, self-worth that resonated deeply. Stories illustrate points, build confidence in your message, persuade more effectively than just facts or lectures. The book encourages crafting and practicing your own personal stories, factual or fictionalized, to convey your message or demonstrate qualities.
That's such a relatable example, stories touching emotions. And speaking of effective communication, there's a common mistake the book warns against. Don't sell past the sale.
Ah, yes. Insightful advice applies way beyond business. Dean shares two classic examples.
Yeah.
One, his dad selling cars. Dad would close the sale, then keep talking, maybe reveal some unnecessary detail. Oh, and we just painted the whole thing recently.
Uh-oh. Making the customer nervous.
Exactly, sometimes causing them to back out. The other example, his daughter. She strongly persuaded him to let her go to a friend's house on a school night. Dean said yes,
Okay.
but she kept talking and let slipping. She had a big test the next morning she hadn't studied for.
Whoops. Permission revoked.
Instantly and understandably. The key lesson. Once you get the yes, a sale, agreement, permission, just be quiet. Accept it. More talking can accidentally introduce doubt or new deal-breaking info.
Know when to stop. Great reminder. It really makes you think. If we connect this to the bigger picture, the book really reinforces that genuine passion is the ultimate fuel for attraction and persuasion.
Absolutely. When you are truly, genuinely passionate about something, your product, service, vision, message, it automatically makes you incredibly believable, attractive. People are naturally drawn to sincere belief and enthusiasm.
That's why the why is so important.
Precisely why the book starts with defining your where you want to go and why you want it. Your deep goals, how intensely you desire them, are intertwined with your passion. Dean admits he's often not the smartest person in the room, but attributes a huge part of his success to always being the most passionate. That, combined with confidence in making others feel understood, has been his core fuel.
Passion, confidence, understanding. Powerful combo. And it leads us perfectly into what Dean calls the secret success habit most people overlook. What happens after the yes, the relationship after the initial sale or commitment. So what does this mean for building long-term success beyond just getting that first yes?
It's profoundly important for maintaining, growing any kind of success. Getting the initial yes is great, but true, lasting success comes from understanding and nurturing the client, customer, person after they've committed.
Like in a marriage.
Great analogy. Sometimes a partner changes after I do. You have to keep working on it. Or business partnerships dissolving because the post-agreement relationship wasn't nurtured. John Paul DeJoria, Paul Mitchell, Patron Tequila founder, famously said, I'm not in the selling business, I'm in the reselling business.
Focused on keeping customers happy.
Making them so happy they return again and again. Dean gives an example. Sends weekly videos mails to book buyers. Sends Starbucks cards to tenants who pay rent on time.
Just as a thank you.
Doesn't charge, doesn't promise it, just does it because he genuinely cares. Not bribery, genuine appreciation, building connection. The core principle. People might forget names, jobs, details.
But they never forget how you made them feel.
Never forget how you made them feel. That feeling builds deep loyalty, long-term relationships.
That's such a human-centric approach. And Dean shares a really vulnerable after-the-yes failure from his own life, a personal story with his daughter, Brianna. So relatable.
Yes, powerful, universally applicable lesson. Brianna told Dean she felt he spent more time with her brother. Dean, reacting logically, factually.
Tried to correct her.
Yeah, said he worked hard to make time equal. Even told her she was lying. Brianna left for school sad. First time ever, didn't say I love you.
Oh, that must have hit him hard.
Immediately realized his massive mistake. He dismissed her feelings, not just the facts. Didn't matter if his statement was factually true. If she felt that way, it was real to her.
So what did he do?
Went straight to her school, apologized, validated her feelings. Said, I'm so sorry, sweetie. I understand how you feel. Powerful lesson. When someone feels something, whether true, objectively or not, it's real to them. Always seek to understand feelings first, rather than correcting facts or dismissing emotions.
That's profound for any relationship, personal or professional. And building on that idea of deeply understanding others, the book introduces a powerful metaphor. Camp out. What does it mean to camp out in someone else's world?
Camp out means figuratively walking in their shoes, setting up your tent where they live mentally, truly getting into their head and heart.
Okay. How does that apply?
In business, Don't just chase new clients. Understand your current clients' fears, wants, needs. Many startups fail because as they grow, they focus on systems, processes, forget to camp out in customers' minds. Stop listening.
And in personal life,
Deeply connecting with your kids. Knowing their friends' names, what happens at recess, favorite teachers, trends. Moving beyond generic questions like, how was school?
asking specific, engaging questions.
Shows you genuinely care, are present in their world. This deep understanding creates massive connection. Loyalty client, boss, employee, family, builds trust, makes people feel truly valued.
That's such a beautiful way to think about connection. And as part of that, after the yes approach, the book talks about reciprocity as a no strings attached value add. What does that look like?
This is about giving value without expecting anything in return. Dean's Starbucks cards for on-time rent payers is a perfect example. Sends a $50 card with a simple thank you note. You choose to pay on time? I just wanted to say thank you.
People don't expect it.
And it builds incredible loyalty, good feelings. Tenants stay longer, complain less. Some eventually want to buy houses from him. This kind of genuine, unsolicited generosity builds long-tail relationships. People continue using your service, respecting you, referring you for years because of how you made them feel.
Moving beyond just a transaction.
To a true, caring relationship where you show appreciation just for them being them.
It's all about building authentic connection, valuing people. The book also weaves in various happiness habits throughout, which is fascinating because it flips a common idea on its head.
How so?
What's interesting here is how much happiness actually connects to success, rather than the other way around, which is often what we're taught, right? Achieve X, then you'll be happy.
Exactly. Most people think, if I just get that promotion, make this much money, then I'll be happy. Assuming success, money, achievements come first, then happiness magically appears.
But the book argues.
Powerfully argues that happiness actually leads to success. It's about cultivating an internal state first. Let's dive into a few key happiness habits, maybe choosing some that might surprise you or ones we often overlook.
Okay, hit me with some surprising ones.
Okay, first, a unique one, stash cash.
Stash cash. Like saving money. How is that a happiness habit?
It's not just about the money itself. It's about the confidence and peace of mind it brings. Having money put away, even a small amount regularly, lets you weather unexpected storms, take educated risks.
Reduces stress.
Immense stress reduction, knowing you and your family will be okay. The book says scared money makes no money. If you have no cushion, you'll likely make overly cautious decisions, miss opportunities, operating from fear. Stashing cash builds freedom.
Okay, that makes sense. Confidence, not just cash. What's another one?
Second, spoil yourself randomly.
Uh-oh. Sounds dangerous.
Not about being wasteful. It means intentionally spending on things that evoke genuinely positive emotions, create lasting memories, not just accumulating stuff.
Like what?
Think organic food you truly enjoy, a great meal with family, a special trip, a small gift that truly sparks joy. These small, conscious rewards fuel further desire for success. Keep your energy high, investing in positive experiences.
Okay, thoughtful rewards. Got it.
Third, draw energy from smiles. So simple but powerful. Make a conscious habit. Smile. Make eye contact with everyone you interact with throughout your day.
Not just important people.
Everyone. The barista, person walking by in the park, grocery store clerk. Takes little effort but significantly boosts your own energy, brightens others' days. Simple act of human connection creates ripple effect of positivity.
I like that one. Easy to do.
Fourth, think solution, not problem. When something goes wrong, don't obsess about why it happened, whose fault it was. Dean uses the simple example, spill a glass of milk.
Don't cry over spilled milk.
Basically, don't ask why me or who left this here. Just get a towel, clean it up. Focus all your energy on fixing the problem, not dwelling on the problem or assigning blame. Frees up massive mental energy for solutions.
Practical. Okay, one more surprising one.
And fifth, maybe the hardest for many, don't judge.
Whew. Yeah, that's tough.
Judging others expends massive amounts of your own energy on things you often lack sufficient knowledge about. It's draining. Dean shares his Christmas tradition, giving homeless people lunches and money with his kids. Teaching them not to judge based on appearances. There are a million reasons people might be where they are. Letting go of judgment opens your heart, your mind, and helping others, especially when you feel down yourself, one of the quickest ways to boost your own gratitude and happiness.
That's an incredible list, truly comprehensive, and definitely some surprising ones, like stash cash being about confidence, not just finance, It reminds me of the story of Josh, founder of BioTrust Nutrition. After a major business failure, he completely rebounded by changing his habits.
That's right.
He realized he needed to hire people who had already done what you want to do and emphasized feeding daily motivation, just like feeding your body.
Exactly. Josh's story is a powerful testament to the transformative power of these habit changes. He went from financial ruin to building a multi-million-dollar brand because he understood. It wasn't magic. It was replacing old counterproductive habits with new effective ones.
The 90-day sprint idea.
The book emphasizes that concept. A 90-day sprint. Small, doable steps consistently applied, leading to big transformative changes. It's not about adding more to your plate, but strategically replacing what's not serving you with what will.
Like the Michael Jordan quote.
Brings that to mind perfectly. You can practice shooting 8 hours a day, but if your technique is wrong, then all you become is very good at shooting the wrong way.
Practicing the wrong thing reinforces the wrong thing.
Precisely. Dean's daughter, learning to pitch softball, had to endure initial setbacks, changing her flawed technique to the right way, even if it meant temporary struggle. But practicing the right way, making those small, deliberate shifts, that's what ultimately unlocks your full potential.
Those quarter-inch turns.
Consistently applied, they truly carve a completely new, more prosperous path for your life.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Millionaire Success Habits, you've basically been given a comprehensive roadmap to your next level.
A really practical one.
Built on cultivating clear vision, understanding your powerful why, learning how to defeat that inner villain, building unshakable confidence,
Mastering attraction and persuasion.
nurturing relationships after the yes, and consistently cultivating those happiness habits we just talked about, knowing they actually lead to success.
And the core takeaway, it remains the power of those consistent small shifts. This isn't a magic pill, doesn't instantly drop money in your bank or change everything overnight.
It's work, but manageable work.
It's the deliberate, conscious application of these habits, that quarter-inch turn of the wheel, that begins to carve a completely new path. Each time you practice one, it feels a little less uncomfortable. Eventually it becomes an unconscious, natural part of your routine. It's how you take control.
So if you're listening right now thinking about all of this, what single habit, just one, are you going to begin to turn the wheel on starting today to begin carving your new path towards the life you truly desire?
Remember, you are a bright light, full of potential. Don't let anything dim it. Your transformation begins with that first intentional quarter-inch turn of the wheel.